Scarlet Nation signing day special here, running through the class of 2015, the Rutgers recruiting class of 2015. Next up is John Bateky, a defensive lineman from the Maryland area. Early enrollee, already at Rutgers, going to participate in spring practice. There's no signing day ceremony, no signing of the national letter of intent. He's on campus, already in classes. It really looks kind of like a steal. I mean, you know, this kid, only rated a 2-star, I think should be higher, has a lot of talent. You know, defensive end, defensive tackle, you know, some people were torn on where they were recruiting him at. Looks like he's going to be a defensive end. What do you see out of him, Sean?
I mean, just a really athletic kid, you know, great burst off the football and great motor as well. And I remember, you know, when we first came across his film, you're like, oh my God, who's this kid? And he's a small school in Maryland. He's not at one of the big private schools there, so he wasn't really, you know, a real known guy. But, you know, Rutgers had a few early offers of defensive end in this class, and he was in that group of guys, and he was, you know, one of the guys they really wanted. So for them to bring this commitment, especially beating Virginia Tech, who recruits extremely well in Maryland and the West Virginias of the world, is a big pull for this class.
And, you know, fitting in at the Rutgers on the defensive line as well, you know, he has the versatility to move from end to tackle. I think he's going to start out at end, see how he, you know, manages there, if they can put some more weight on him. It's nice to have that versatility, the ability to move him from place to place. And was another kid who was firm on his commitment, had some other bigger schools looking at him, stayed true to Rutgers the whole way through, and really a nice pull. And you really haven't seen a lot of Maryland kids lately. You saw a little run of them a few years back, but is that an area that's really coming back into the state of Rutgers recruiting?
I mean, you know, Maryland is probably, when you look at Maryland, New Jersey, it's, you know, depending on who you say, those are the 2 top states for recruiting in the Northeast. But with this current staff, a lot of ties. You know, Coach Jim Penagos, defensive line coach, played at the University of Maryland, has a lot of ties on there. GA Sam Williams is also from the area, so they know a lot of people in Maryland. They know how to find the gems down there. And, you know, a guy like John fits in that criteria, although he had a bunch of offers.
And yet another nice pull in that class, John Bateky. 2015 defensive lineman, could end up end tackle, either one, but already at Rutgers and ready for spring practice.